it's Mrs. Glenn. This is 2.3's video for equations with variables on both sides. So the steps to solve an equation when there is a variable on both sides. Number one would be distribute if necessary. And then you're going to combine like terms, and then you move variables to one side, and then you solve. So you're going to solve for the variable you're looking for. All right, so the first thing is 5y minus 5/8 equals 3y plus 12. So you're going to draw your line, and you have two variables on, you have a variable on each side. So you have to determine if you want to subtract 3y to this side, or if you want to subtract 5y to the other side. So what I like to do is I always like to pick the smaller number and move it over so that I don't get a negative answer for the negative y value. So I'm going to subtract 3y on both sides for this one. And that cancels this out, leaving us with 2y over here. And I'm going to bring down my -8 that I didn't do anything with, my equal sign, and the positive 12. So now I can just do the regular multi-step, which is just adding 8 to both sides. Then you get 2y equals 20. Then we're going to divide by 2. And you get y equals 10. Next one, draw your line. And again, you have the variable k on both sides. So if we add 10 to this side, it would make this k a positive 3k. But if we added 7 to this side, we would still have a negative 3k over here. So I'm going to add 10k to each side to get rid of that negative variable. That leaves us with 1 here. Then we have 40. And -7 plus 10 gives us that positive 3k. And then we're going to subtract 40 on both sides. And then you're left with 3k on the right and -39 on the left-hand side. And then when you divide by 3 on both sides, you get -13 equals k. And now for this one, like the number one rule was to distribute if you can. So we're going to distribute first. So that's 3 times 6p, and then 3 times -1. So this turns into 18p minus 3 equals 11p minus 45 on the right-hand side. So again, are we going to subtract 11p or are we going to subtract 18p? And it would be better to subtract the smaller number so we get a positive variable. These cancel out. You're left with -45. 18 minus 11 gives you 7p minus 3. Then we're going to add 3 to both sides, giving us 7p equals -42. Then when you divide by 7, you get p equals -6. All right, draw your wall again. If I can do it without erasing, there we go. And then we're going to distribute first. That's 9 times m, which gives us 9m. 9 times -3, which gives us -27. Then we bring down our positive 3m and our 7m and 43. Then we're going to combine anything we can. So this is a 9m plus a 3m, which is 12m, minus 27, because we didn't do anything with that yet, equals 7m plus 43. So I'm going to subtract the 7m because that's smaller, so it can keep our m positive. So this cancels out, leaving you with 43. And 12 minus 7 is 5m minus 27. Then we're going to add 27 to both sides. Get my line a little longer, which gives me 70 on this side and 5m on this side. And then we're going to divide by 5, and that would be 14. Yes, m equals 14. Again, you're going to distribute. So -7 times 2a gives us -14a. -7 times the 3 gives us negative 21. Bring down the negative 16 and the 23 minus 2a. So you're left with negative 16 and negative 21 can be combined. So that's a negative 37 minus 14a that we didn't do anything with, and 23 minus 2a that we didn't do anything with. So in this situation, if you add 2 to negative 14, it's still going to be a negative a value. So we're going to add 14 to the other side to make this a positive 12a. And then the 23 we didn't do anything with yet, and I can actually rewrite that in a different way so that we keep 23 here. So let's bring down 23, and then negative 2 plus 14a is a positive 12a. These cancel out. We're left with negative 37 on this side. So we're going to subtract 23, and you get negative 60 equals 12a. Draw our line a little bit longer. When you divide by 12 on both sides, you get negative 5 equals a. Then we have the next one. So we have a couple distributions that we have to do before we can begin. So this, remember, is a negative 1 that's in front. So we do negative 1 times x, which just gives us negative 1x. Or you can just write negative x if that helps, but I'm going to put the negative 1 there just so that you remember what it is. And then negative 1 times negative 18, which is a positive 18. Bring down our 5x. And then we have negative 2 times x, which is negative 2x. And negative 2 times 15, which is negative 30. And we can combine like terms on this side. 5x minus 1x gives us 4x. And 6 minus 30 gives us negative 24. And if I add 2x, that would get rid of the negative. So I'm going to add 2x to both sides to get the x over to the other side. This would give us 6x. Bring down 18. And bring down your 24. Then you can subtract 18 from both sides. And that would give you a negative 42. Divide by 6, and you would get negative 7. All right, these last two, you've got some special cases so that you're either going to get an answer that has the same, which you get infinitely many solutions, or you're going to get an answer where the two numbers do not equal each other. So let's show you what that looks like a little bit. So when we put down our wall, we're going to distribute our 3 into the 1, giving us 3. And then the 3 into the negative 3x, giving us negative 9x minus 8. Bring down your negative 5 minus 9x. These two can combine. 3 minus 8 is negative 5. And minus 9x that we didn't do anything with. And if you notice right here, it shows negative 5 minus 9x equals negative 5 minus 9x. So obviously, because they're the same thing, they must equal each other. But I'm just going to go all the way until we get just a number. So we're going to get rid of our 9x by adding 9x on both sides. So these cancel out. And you're left with negative 5 equals negative 5. So because negative 5 does equal negative 5, what that means is there's infinitely many solutions. And then on this one, draw your wall again. And we're going to distribute negative 4 into 2x, giving us negative 8x. Negative 4 into positive 1, giving us minus 4, equals negative 8x minus 2. Now look at this. Negative 8x minus 4 equals negative 8x minus 2. Well, it can't be a different number on this side. So right away we know this is not going to work out. But let's just do it anyway so that I can show you. So we're going to add 8x to both sides, giving us negative 4 because these cancel out, and negative 2 because those cancel out, and negative 4 cannot equal negative 2. I'm just going to rewrite this down here. When you say cannot equal, you put a slash through it. So this means there are no solutions.